Was Saturday more about Caleb Williams winning it, or was it about Green Bay collapsing?
It was all about Caleb Williams, man.
Okay.
He did it again. You see the throws this guy made in the fourth quarter, man, is second to none. And he had another top 10 throw of the year falling away. Rome coming across the field, 4th and 8.
Yeah.
4th and 8.
Another dime, man. So you look at their fourth quarter possessions. Field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Like him and Ben Johnson came to life, man. It's like I said, it's that quarterback position is married to offensive coordinator. They got to be both of them. And Ben Johnson did a great job using motions, getting Zacchaeus on the linebacker. Boom. Using motions to get Loveland. Quay Walker got to guard Loveland. Like he creating mismatches with moving guys real late. You want to play zone, match zone? Well, I'm going to move this guy late. Now you got a linebacker guarding a receiver. Like, that's Ben Johnson in his bag. Caleb Williams dropping dimes all day long, man. So he used his legs. He scrambled out a couple times when he needed to. So Caleb did it again, man. Just it's Ben Johnson created the matchup problems. He dialed it up. Caleb Williams is great at reading it. If it's not there, he the most elusive quarterback in the league. Keep his eyes downfield and make throws. It was one throw. He rolled to the right, stopped right at the out of bounds mark and fired something to Loveland. It was inches away from being oh my God, another one, 20 yards on the rope. So man, them two guys together are fucking dangerous. I'm telling you, they dangerous. So I think it was all about Caleb Williams, man. He did it again, and he putting the league on notice right now.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams, man, that was a resilient win because it did not look good for the first 3 quarters. They looked like they couldn't move the ball, they couldn't score, they couldn't do anything, they couldn't stop the Packers. And then that fourth quarter comes around and things shifted. And that's when they took over. I mean, a lot of blame got to go on the Packers. They had Josh Jacobs, I think he had 6 carries for 7 yards in the second half. We have an 18-point lead. You know, there was opportunities for there to kind of salt that game away, turn around and hand it off. But hey, you got to give credit to the Bears. They got the stops, they got the ball back to Caleb, and he made it happen. That one throw on 4th and 8 where he kind of just goes crazy. He went full Wolverine, just chucked that in there to Roma Dunze and got them going, man. That's that juice, that's that momentum we talk about. I'm really impressed with him. I'm really impressed with Caleb Williams. Watching him coming out of USC kind of felt like, you know, his escapability in the pocket. Can he do it at the next level? Because at SC, you saw him. He'd roll out, he'd get over to the sideline and make some great plays. This year, he proved to me he has the speed and the athleticism to run away from NFL defenders. And the way he's playing, man, they're playing really well, and they're just getting started.
Yeah.
They're just getting started with Ben Johnson and Caleb. Give them another year. I know they're still in it, but give them another year to get some more talent in there. This team's going to be good for a while.
Yeah, Caleb was the reason. But in order for Caleb to get it done, Green Bay had to give him a chance. And what Green Bay did that second half, you want to give credit to the defense, but that offense, man, they started off 3 touchdowns. The start of the downfall was at the end of the half when they missed their field goal.
Yes.
And then they went 4 straight punts, touchdown, missed field goal, game. That was Green Bay. And they tried everything in their power to give Chicago that game. LaFleur trying to be cute with the screen with the O-lineman, he running. He fumbled that. That should have been a turnover. Josh Jacobs fumbled on the kickoff. That should have been a turnover.
Yes.
My man jumping in the end zone, he fumbled. That should have been another turnover. They just kept trying to give him chances. But just because a team is giving you chances, you have to capitalize on it.
Got to.
And that's where Caleb Williams came in, man. That dude believes if the ball's in my hand, we got a shot. And I've been seeing this from the time he was back at OU. When he was at OU and we played OU Texas, it was 28-7. He came in the first play of the second quarter.
True freshman.
First play of the second quarter. First time he touched the ball. 65 yards to the
Ridiculous.
crib. And
It's
off we went. We came back and won. We seen it. He was OU versus Kansas. It was a 4th and 1. Had to have it. Our running back got stuffed. Caleb went and grabbed the ball out of his hand and went and got the first down. He just got wind in his blood. Caleb is a killer, and what we've been seeing, like Keith said, put him with the right coach, and he's showing why he was the first pick. Because they listen, we coached this guy up. That's what he can do. He's the best escape artist in the league. He said it himself, I can make every throw. Like, there's not a throw I can't make. That 4th and 8, first off, he got to escape. He has to get away from the rusher. He's falling backwards, and he has enough touch and ability to contort his body and put it right on the money. That's a
big time
like
play.
3 people can make that throw. 3, maybe 4 people can make that throw. So, yeah, like you said, we got to put some blame on Green Bay. But Caleb, man, he believes if the ball's in my hand, we got a shot.
I have been in awe of Caleb Williams since that moment he stepped on to that Cotton Bowl field. And I'm an OU fan. You played there and starred there. And what he did against Texas that day in his first snaps as a college football player, it was just extraordinary. You just don't see it. And that's when I knew this is special. This is rare talent. What he did against Kansas was rare. And then, unfortunately, stinking Lincoln, under the cover of darkness, took Caleb to USC. But that's a whole nother story. I give you all that. And I want to echo what you said about 4th and 8. I don't think any human on this planet could have made that throw. He's like, huh?
I say it's a couple who could have made it.
I don't know. You think Bo Nix could have made it?
Bo for sure.
I tell you what,
Bo for sure could have made it.
15 to Kansas City for sure making that throw.
I mean, that was impressive, dude. That was
Bo for sure
unbelievable.
gonna make
That
it.
kid up in Buffalo can make it too. Yeah.
I don't know if he can make that throw that way. I just don't know.
That old man in Pittsburgh can make it too.
I don't think so. No.
No, we're about to see
All
the
right,
end of
so
that
think
tonight.
about this.
Oh.
Yeah, we are about to see about this. All right, think about what happened. So I give you the punts to start the 3rd quarter into the 4th quarter. I give you that. But I look at what Jordan Love did in this game. He threw for 323, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. Had a QBR of 80. It's pretty great. And on 3rd and 4th down, they went 9 of 18. Green Bay did. 3 of 3 on 4th down. It's hard to beat. They had 0 turnovers against a turnover crazy defense that just takes it away. They had 0 at Chicago in a playoff game, and the Bears and Caleb turned it over twice. So they won the turnover battle 0-2, okay? So all that added up to you lost. Why did you lose? You know how I feel. I hate kicking. I hate kickers. I hate what happens because this kicker that you know all too well kicked the Green Bay Packers, pardon my language, right in the balls. That's what he did. He kicked them right in the balls. And it's Brandon McManus, who once upon a time for your Denver Broncos, and you loved him up, you said.
That's my guy, man.
Okay, he's your guy. In the playoffs that year, he made all 10 of his field goals, and he made all 3 of his field goals in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That was a big reason you won the Super Bowl and you get to wear a Super Bowl ring, because a little guy who can't play football helped you win the championship, right?
Of course.
So what did he do on Saturday night? Well, I think one of you guys mentioned that he missed the one at the end of the half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened on that kick? It's 55 yards, but the wind was kind of with him. So he makes the first one, but Ben called timeout just before the snap. And so he had to re-kick it, and he snap hooks it left. Or it's going to be 24-3 at halftime. And that just, I don't know, just me, 24-3 feels different than 21-3. Just, I don't know, it just feels like, oh, there's another score we got to overcome. It's a psychological killer. It would feel more like a dagger to me. But he missed it. And then what happens? Jordan Love had a big 4th quarter drive. It was impressive. You know, they just roared down there and he hit Golden and they scored. And what does Brandon McManus do? He misses the extra point. It's just a kick in the balls, man. It's psychologically devastating to the whole bench area. It's just like, what? You know, you score and then, wait, he missed the kick. So the math is up against you now because you're going to be off a point. So when you do get a chance to drive it down at the end of the game, you can't just kick a field goal to send it to overtime. You're screwed up because you're down 4, right? And then, of course, he's got another field goal, highly makeable, 44 yards with 2:56 left. If you make it, we're probably having a different conversation right now. But he pushes it wide right. I don't know, maybe Caleb just guts it up and he goes alien again. I don't know. Maybe he makes
he scored a touchdown anyway.
Yeah. No, I got it. But it's just psychological. It's just, you know, where it just, wait, oh, you made it. Oh, so now it tilts the scoreboard back in your favor, where it puts more pressure on Caleb to be Caleb. Maybe it's not so easy to go score a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's just Brandon McManus, and he owned it after the game, and I got no issue with, because he said, he called it an embarrassment of performance. He said, I left 7 points on the board. Well, he did. That's 7 points. If he makes all 3 of those kicks, I guarantee you we're having a different conversation right now. But he said, it was the most disappointing performance of my career, the biggest disappointment ever. And that's a guy with a Super Bowl ring. And I don't know what happens to them. When they lose it, they just go south and lose it. When the gremlins start eating at your psyche, you just lose it. And then you're like, damn, I can't. It's almost like, I don't know who plays golf here, but you play golf. Yeah. If you just lose your driver sometime, you just lose it, where you just, I don't know what happened.
The yips.
And if it happens during a round, you can't get it back.
Right.
You're like, and you start overcompensating, and you say, I'm duck hooking it. So you start trying to swing out this way, and it just duck hooks more,
it goes
right?
even more,
Yeah, okay, way to go.
Yeah.
So that's what happens to kickers. And once they go south, you got to change. You got to get somebody else. But it's too late now, because Green Bay played well enough to win the football game. They did. All things considered, if you look at the big picture of the stats, and I know you laugh at the stats, but they did enough to win the football game if the kicker makes the kicks. Yeah. But he didn't make the kicks. And then Caleb went, just inhuman in the fourth quarter. Caleb in the fourth quarter threw for 184 yards.
Crazy.
And
Three touchdowns.
Man,
Three touchdowns.
184 yards?
3 touchdowns and a huge 2-point conversion. That was a dot.
Yeah,
It
was a dot.
That corner throw, that 2 points.
Yeah, dot.
Jeez.
Hey, B-Mac, my dog B-Mac, I love B-Mac to death, right?
Okay.
He made the post before the game, had that big-ass mink coat on. I said, fuck.
I didn't see that.
Why you wear that goddamn coat?
Really?
Yeah.
Frank Lucas told you about it.
Yeah, they got you.
They coach.
Hey, man, he put that light on you like that.
Yeah. I'll give you another golf analogy.
Okay.
This is kind of how it went. Packers are rolling. They got everything going. This is like hitting a bomb, 315-yard drive right down the middle, and then getting up there with your gap wedge and topping it or flubbing it out of the park, right? 7 points, a whole touchdown. And what they were doing is they're just throwing gas on the fire for the Bears. They give them the momentum at home. They haven't got shit going for 3 quarters. You keep missing kicks. They're believing on the sideline. Like, let's go. Let's go. We got an opportunity to go win this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep giving them chances.
Yeah, well, what I've seen is, honestly, Caleb's clutch. And 65% of the chat says it's about Caleb winning it. And I'm also proud of Akib, because one thing about you is you know how to hate on someone, then watch them, and then get back on. You're like,
That's it. I'm out on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams sucks. No, he's talented.
Well,
but
when
I like
said
that.
it, what
You're
was their
receptive.
record?
You're not stuck in your ways. You watch.
Well, when I
adaptable.
said what I said, they was 0-2.
Yeah.
Last year they was trash. I was just speaking the facts. It's not hating if I'm just speaking the facts.
But that's what
He made me a believer. He changed it around and shit. I'm still
You're
speaking the facts.
receptive. You're able to change your viewpoint, which a lot of people aren't.
I'm not.
Adapt or die. You got to adapt or die.
I wasn't hating.
Adapt or die.
The facts was the facts.
But Caleb's a dog, and he's super clutch. I do want to listen to what he said after the game, responding to Packers, hoping they would get the Bears in this game. Listen to this.
They wanted us. That's what I heard. They wanted it. We got it.
Yo.
Oh, they wanted it. They got it.
I will say this. Say I'm hating if you want to say I'm hating.
No, I was at a compliment.
No. After that, he drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Oh.
You get up to the podium, you talk a little shit, you make a little post with Wayne, and that's called drinking the Kool-Aid.
All year though. He have been doing that. That ain't new. He been doing that. Somebody take a shot of him, he take a shot right back.
All right,
He loves to taste that.
This shit get more important, and there's way less teams for the football guys to look at, and they, motherfucker, oh, you drinking the Kool-Aid?
That's true.
And they got them motherfucking Rams coming to town.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we can say that, but did the greatest quarterback of all time, him and Gronk, after every time they won a game, in a game that was they not posting on IG, them, we ain't going nowhere. Y'all remember that?
That's like That's on
No
chip
matter
5
what
and
I'm
chip
saying.
6.
Would you rather
That's
be-
on chip 5 and chip 6.
Would you rather be
I got a
consistent
big
with-
ass cup of Kool-Aid after I got 5 chips.
Would
I
you
can
Would
sip
you rather
this
be
bitch with a
consistent with
straw.
who he is regardless, or just like be the front running dude? Like, oh, we finally he been doing this all year. This ain't new.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
like-
just
I kind
telling
of
you.
like the dog.
It don't
moment.
matter.
I like
I'm
it.
just telling you. I'm just telling you. As a guy with a Super Bowl chip and the Orange Bowl chip and the
Oh, we forgot.
Yeah.
The moment you start drinking that Kool-Aid too early,
Yeah.
your ass gonna get popped. I promise you that.
Okay.
All to
They got
say,
the Rams
though,
coming to town. They score a lot
they
of
do
points.
have the Rams
I'm
coming to
telling
town.
you.
But I do need to know, Skip, how do you
Yeah.
can you see Caleb Williams becoming the best quarterback in the NFL?
That's a very interesting question because I can, but he's doing it in a way that's never been done before. You want to talk about unconventional? The key stat for me, the key attribute for a quarterback is accuracy. And Caleb, weirdly, 4 or 5 times every game that I've ever watched him, he'll throw 4 or 5 mystery balls where you say, what was that, man? Where are you aiming? What was it? I don't know. I'm just going to drive this point home. This year, regular season, Caleb Williams was dead last in the NFL at 58% completion percentage. 58%. It sucks. It's busty. And a year ago, and I know you were seeing it early this year, but a year ago, his rookie year under Eberfraud as the head coach, and no Ben Johnson, he looked busty a lot because he got sacked 68 times and he'd run around, and then either take a sack or throw it to the wrong team. And he cut his sacks from 68 to 24. That was beautiful. That's about Ben Johnson. But even Saturday night, he was 24 of 48. That's 50%. That'll lose you a lot of games. Except, no, he's Caleb Williams. So he's canceling the misfires with throws that we all agree not a lot of humans can make.
Right.
So he cancels. He misfires, and then it's 4th and 8, and he does that. Mm-hmm. You say, "What? Wait a second. Oh, they're back in business." So he doesn't get flustered. He doesn't get frustrated. He doesn't ever get down on himself that I can ever see. He gets mad on the sideline, but he doesn't get down, and he doesn't unravel psychologically. That's my problem with Justin Herbert. I just think when it starts going south, he just unravels. And a lot of quarterbacks do, but this one does not. So the point is, in the 4th quarter, he was 10 of 21. That's not great percentage, except it went for 184 yards in the 4th quarter. So he's making inhuman throws where he's better, seriously, he's more consistently accurate and better on the impossible throws than the routine throws. He is. That's the truth about Caleb Williams. Will that ever translate into being the best quarterback in pro football? Unconventionally, I think it could, because the ability, the escapability, the athletic ability, the will, the intangibles, they're off the charts. They're supreme in every category, but the consistency that a Brady would have or a Peyton Manning would have is not with this kid. That's not what I've seen so far. Maybe they can, to your point, as he matures, that they'll clean it up more and more and he'll start 65%, 68%. I don't know, but I haven't seen it so far, and I didn't see it in college either. He throws a lot of mystery incompletions that he cancels enough that he won a Heisman Trophy.
See, that show you how not important that completion percentage.
Okay, well, you can argue.
It's just not a important
But
stat.
for other humans, it is.
I just don't think so. I don't
Okay.
judge quarterbacks off their completion percentage or QBRs. I just don't. So, but I do think Caleb could be one of the best or the best quarterback in the league, because you said he got arm talent. He can make any throw.
Any throw.
His escapability. So if that play break down, he can escape and keep his eyes downfield and make any throw. And then when you put him with a guy like Ben Johnson, who's his head coach, he's not going nowhere. You marry him with a guy like Ben Johnson, he's the top in the league. So you put them together, man, it's second to none in the league right now. So you keep them together for 10 plus years or 8 to 10 years, man, they got a real shot to be the best duo in the league for a long time. So I say he definitely can be. You just got to win. You got to win. This is a great start for him. You got to win bigger and bigger and bigger games as you go.
Yeah.
And not sip the Kool-Aid.
Don't sip that Kool-Aid, Caleb.
Don't sip the
Just
Kool-Aid.
from an
Stay
OG.
humble.
Advice from an OG, man. Nah, don't sip that fucking Kool-Aid, man. I'm telling you.
I think, it comes down to consistency. There's a lot of Bears games I watched this year where it's just kind of all over the place, and then fourth quarter, boom, they lock in, making these great throws. Completion percentage is a really big stat for a quarterback. I think it is.
So how is a 50% completion percentage the number 2 seed and going to the divisional round? How? If it's
no doubt. But I think if you push him up to the 60, 65%, 70%, now you're talking about him in the best category, him being more consistent, them not having to come back and win it in the fourth quarter in these miraculous wins. But he's got tremendous arm talent, his escapability, he is an athlete, he's a competitor, he's resilient, all the intangibles are there. We just need a little bit more consistency.
Yeah. First things first, Caleb Williams is already the best quarterback ever in the Chicago Bears uniform.
Yeah.
He's the best Chicago Bears quarterback ever. He's got the rookie passing record. He's got the most touchdowns over the first 2 years. He's got more comebacks in this year. He's got more comebacks in this year than any quarterback ever. He's got the playoff passing record. He's got all of these. He's got the single season passing record. He's by far the most talented quarterback
wait a
to
second.
walk
So he's
that
better
door.
than
Who's his competition?
who won
Exactly.
I got it. Sid Luckman.
That's what I was going to say.
Sid
So
Luckman.
you said Chip, so he ain't better than Jim McMahon.
He's
McMahon
way
got a
better.
chip?
Way better.
Yeah, Jimmy McMahon, yes.
Hey, you got winning chip before you say you.
But he also
got
has
winning
85
chip.
Bears defense.
This a whole nother caliber of football now. Like Jim McMahon probably threw
Is
the
he
ball
better than
100
Jim
times
McMahon or
the
not?
whole season.
Do you think he's better than Jim McMahon?
You can't compare his stats.
That's
his
not what
stats
I
because
asked.
it's a,
I asked you, do you
Jim
think he's better
McMahon
than Jim-
receivers was in 3-point stands. So we can't compare the numbers to the numbers.
Why are you answering the question?
But we can compare the Super Bowls.
Why are you not answering the question? Do you think he's better than Jim McMahon?
Jim McMahon got a chip.
Yep. I think that's the deciding
Do
factor
you
if
think
you want to
he's
say
better than Jim McMahon?
Not yet. Once he get a chip,
Yeah, once
then
you want-
he'll be
and
better
once
than
Caleb
Caleb
Couple
Williams
deep
is better
was-
than Jim McMahon.
And who else is there after
He's
Jim
better than
McMahon?
Jay
Sid-
Cutler.
Sid
He's
Luckman,
better than
Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's got
Trubisky. He's
24,000
better than,
passing
He can be
yards,
better than all of them.
154
Don't say
yard
you can't
touchdown.
say you the best in all time history. I'm the best Bears quarterback ever.
He is.
And I don't got
You know
the
what?
chip yet.
Yeah, you know what makes you?
Well, that's
you know what
coming
makes you the best? Winning. Wins.
That's
And
it.
he's the best Bears quarterback ever, and he has the ability to be the best quarterback in the league. He has to understand that dynamic is a luxury. It's not a necessity. He's so dependent on his dynamic playmaking ability that he's not. Oh, it's like he's not okay with. He has to be okay with being consistent, but be okay with normal. All the best, the greatest of all, they're okay with normal. Tom Brady, he was okay with normal. Peyton Manning, he was okay with normal and simple. Drew Brees about to go in the hall. He was okay with simple. Kurt Warner I worked with, he was okay with simple. If Caleb can get more comfortable and be okay with simple, he can be the best in the league, because if he can be consistent with the simple stuff, his highs are up here, but his lows are like, my goodness.
Yeah.
He can hit that throw on 4th and 8, but a 5-yard route, he missing by 5 yards. It's like, Caleb, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
If he can do that with everything else he has, he can for sure, like Keith been saying, he's partnered with Ben Johnson. You took Andy Reid. Andy Reid's never had a bad quarterback because he's Andy Reid. But then you put Patrick Mahomes with him. See what we got? That's the Ben Johnson and the Caleb Williams combo. So if he get more consistent being simple,
God don't give you
league.
everything though, man.
No.
He ain't give Tom Brady the escapability like that. He didn't get that to Peyton. You know what I'm saying? He don't give you everything. He gave Caleb Williams all this other stuff, and he's just a little inconsistent on with his completion.
That's what I'm saying. So if he can get
It's been like that.
consistent with that
It's
going
been like
up,
that forever, right? At
but
OU,
he
was it
can
like
be
that?
consistent with that
At
going
SC,
up.
was it like that? Well, that's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? That's how he played football. That's not going to
His
change.
style.
You can win like that. You know what I'm saying? So
But we talking about being the best quarterback. If he can be
you
okay
just said
with
he was
doing
the best
that,
quarterback in Bears history. So
he is.
All right,
It's not close.
Well, if he could be the best quarterback in Bears history like that, then he could.
In Bears history, they never even had a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Okay,
We're talking about the best in the league.
Let me answer your
You
question.
say these quarterbacks in the league?
Okay. So I worked in Chicago and I covered the Bears, and I was at all those games in 1985. So I know the '85 Bears inside and out. I don't know Sid Luckman; he's even before my time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he was really good
He has
in
4
an era.
championships.
Yeah, I know they were really good. They just
Got 4
dominated,
chips?
and I think they were like.
That was precursor
Okay.
before.
I
Super
think there were
Bowl,
like
4
4 teams in
championships.
the league at that point. So it was
That's before your time.
Still
Skip.
right.
Yeah.
even before my
I'm just saying.
That's Bill Russell.
All right.
Them hoes count.
But here's the
Them
point.
hoes.
Them hoes count.
Caleb Williams is in another stratosphere from Jim McMahon, just in every way, shape, and
What,
form.
who's not? Oh,
Okay,
that's like-
I got it. But the '85 Bears defense terrorized people. It was the most devastating defense I have ever witnessed because they ran that Bear defense with Buddy Ryan, and nobody could figure it out. Maybe it was just the scheme that did it, but listen, there are about 7 Hall of Famers on that defense, and you know a bunch of them, and they won it almost all with their defense. So if you put Caleb with that bunch, it'd be lights out. But they didn't need Caleb Williams. They just needed a game manager, and that's what Jim McMahon was. But he
And-
does have a ring, and he did make the plays that had to get made. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we put a highlight tape on, I bet you he got a pretty nice offensive highlight tape. The Super Bowl, the year he won the Super Bowl.
100%. Well, a crazy turnaround here because if we looked at last year, what we were all talking about Caleb Williams, crazy turnaround. So congrats to him. But I want to get into a little drama, okay? Because we know the Bears-Packers rivalry is